It's early in the morning when the birds sing in the pines, and the sun peeks through the forest where the cold river climbs. Now the men are up at 5 o'clock, into the trees at 6. A hard day's work, a good night's sleep is all they'd ever mix. Way, another brand new day on the wild and windy shores of old Superior. From North Bay to Fort William on the rocky northern shore, the mills are filled with cedar pulp and the boats are filled with ore. Now I worked in a logging camp, my daddy did before. Were calloused hands, weathered skin, and iron to the core. Way, another brand new day on the wild and windy shores of old Superior. Now the flies are thick, the men get sick, it's cold as it can be, and nothing's unexpected in the North Country. When the summer ends, the winter comes, it's 42 below. We'll settle down in plywood shacks and cover up with snow. Way, another brand new day on the wild and windy shores of old Superior. Now when I die, I will have seen the wonders of the sea, and I will have climbed the mountains in the western country. But most of all, I won't forget that wild and wondrous thing, the falling of the timber when it's early in the spring. Way, another brand new day on the wild and windy shores of old Superior. Way, another brand new day on the wild and windy shores of old Superior.
The music of all of our friends, and we'd like to share some of those with you tonight. Some special people that we know come from a small town up there on the Keweenaw Bay called Ora, Michigan. And Ora is another small town of mainly Finnish folk. And a couple of good friends of ours up there, Helmer Torres and Kenny Salo. Helmer is a good fiddler, Finnish fiddler, old-time Finnish fiddler. And he taught us this next tune that is his original, and we call it Helmer's Waltz.
Betty and I can have so much fun traveling around the country is because of both of our mothers. We have two children, one age 5, just about ready to start school, and another about 3 years old. And we're helped a lot by Betty's mother, Dorothy, and my mother, Jean. Either they come with us to these sorts of events, Dorothy is with us this weekend, or they stay with the children at home sometimes when we can't take them. We usually take them, but we're real lucky to have those guys. And I guess we'd like to dedicate this next song to mothers. It's called Someone Is Waiting. 'Twas in the concert garden when the moon was at its high, and all the joy and fun was yet to go. From a table in a corner, a young man slowly rose. He said, "It's getting late, boys, I must go. Someone is waiting for me, someone who loves me, I know. A light is shining bright from the window tonight, for there's somebody waiting there for me." Then he went and placed his drink down, and he stood there hat in hand. "It's only 12 o'clock, somebody said. So son, and sit ye down, Jack, for the fun has just begun." He slowly shook his head and then replied, "Someone is waiting for me, someone who loves me, I know. A light is shining bright from the window tonight, for there's somebody waiting there for me." Well, perhaps you have a sweetheart, someone among them said. "If she's handsome, Jack, please introduce us to." "If you follow me," he answered, "I'll show you to her, boys. She's the only sweetheart that I ever knew." Someone is waiting for me, someone who loves me, I know. A light is shining bright from the window tonight, for there's somebody waiting there for me. Pick a little hat. So he led them to a cottage looking through a window pane, where a gray-haired woman sat with bowed down head. "She's my mother, she's my sweetheart, she's the one I left tonight. So you see I told the truth, boys, when I said, someone is waiting for me, someone who loves me, I know. The light is shining bright from the window tonight, for there's somebody waiting there for me. Someone is waiting for me, someone who loves me, I know. A light is shining bright from the window tonight, for there's somebody waiting there for me." up in our area, not too far north of where Amos is, where we live in the Upper Peninsula, there's a beautiful place called the Keweenaw. And the Keweenaw Bay is a lovely bay that extends inward, and it's kind of protected by the Keweenaw Peninsula. And has a real rich history of mining and logging and people and Indians and everybody that's been up there, and everybody who goes there loves it. Well, there's a man that came through our part of the country not too many years ago. His name is Craig Johnson, and he's written some beautiful songs for us. I've traveled that country from the Keweenaw headland, where the wild gulls do cry from the rocks to the sea, or the cold inland ocean to the Manitou Island, far away from my home, strange places to see. And the stars, they shine bright on the south shore tonight, and the Keweenaw light sweeps over the bay. And if dreams could come true, I'd still be there with you on the banks of cold waters at the close of the day. And I've drifted through the boom towns of a century dying, past the ruins of the smelters and the rusted head frames, through Mohawk and Amique, Centennial and Laurium, and 100 sad places that have died without name. And the stars, they shine bright on the south shore tonight, and the Keweenaw light sweeps over the bay. And if dreams could come true, I'd still be there with you on the banks of cold waters at the close of the day. And I've counted the cross ties, dry bones of the railroad. They stretch from the sunrise to the close of the day. And I've counted the miles between me and my true love, the lives and the highways that carried me away. And the stars, they shine bright on the south shore tonight, and the Keweenaw light sweeps over the bay. And if dreams could come true, I'd still be there with you on the banks of cold waters at the close of the day. And all the leaves have turned gold and the summer's nigh over. The wild geese swing low over Lake Manganese. In that faraway country you walk by slow rivers, alongside cold waters, whispering trees. And the stars, they shine bright on the south shore tonight, and the Keweenaw light sweeps over the bay. And if dreams could come true, I'd still be there with you on the banks of cold waters at the close of the day. And the stars, they shine bright on the south shore tonight, and the Keweenaw light sweeps over the bay. And if dreams could come true, I'd still be there with you on the banks of cold waters at the close of the day. Has a lot of good stories from the old days in Amasa and from when he was a boy, and all the times that happened. And he tells stories still with a very vivid memory, vivid imagination sometimes too. But one of the most animated times he gets is talking about summer when he was 16 years old and decided he was going to go up to Waltz on the Keweenaw Bay and work on one of the big ore boats up there. He figured he was
a grown man and probably could handle that. Well, he spent about 6 weeks doing that and realized that was a little too rugged a way of life. And he talks about how rugged the men had to be, how tough they had to be, and the tough jobs and the tough language and everything. We had a cousin by the name of Brousseau that lived a life on the Great Lakes too, on the big ore boats, the ones that would weigh 14,000, 15,000 tons when they were loaded. He was on a whaleback, and it was called the Clifton, and it broke up in Lake Huron as it was going back towards Lake Superior, and he was drowned. And when we first heard this song that we like to do, our last song, in fact, of the evening, is we thought of our cousin Brousseau, and we thought of my grandfather as a young boy, because this song called White Squall, and written by Stan Rogers, tells about, in a way, the story of a young boy who was on a ship, a big one like that, and it had problems in a white squall. Well, it's just my luck to have the watch with nothing left to do. Watch the deadly waters glide as we roll north to the Sioux. Wonder when they'll turn again and pitch us to the rail, and whirl off one more youngster in the gale. Now that kid was so damn eager, it was all so big and new. You never had to tell him twice or find him work to do. And evenings on the mess deck, he was always first to sing and show us pictures of the girl he'd met in spring. And I told that kid 100 times, don't take the lakes for granted. They'll go from calm to 100 knots, so fast they seem enchanted. But tonight some red-eyed Wyerton girl lies staring at the wall, 'cause her lover's gone into a white squall. Now it's a thing that us old-timers know, in the sultry summer calm there comes a blow from nowhere and it goes off like a bomb, and a 16,000-tonner can be thrown upon her knee as the gale goes off before her with a scream. Now that kid was on the hatches, lying staring at the sky. Where I stood, I swear I could see tears fall from his eyes. And I hadn't the heart to tell him that he should be on a line, even on a night so warm and kind. And I told that kid 100 times, don't take the lakes for granted. They'll go from calm to 100 knots, so fast they seem enchanted. But tonight some red-eyed Wyerton girl lies staring at the wall, 'cause her lover's gone into a white squall. Now when it struck, he sat up with a start. I roared to him, get down. But for all that he could hear, I may as well not made a sound. So I clung there to the stanchions, and I felt my face grow pale as he crawled hand over hand along the rail. Now I could feel her keeling over in the fury of the blow, and I watched the rail go under then, so terrible and slow. But like some great dog she shook herself, roared upright again. But on the other side I heard him call my name. And I told that kid 100 times, don't take the lakes for granted. They'll go from calm to 100 knots, so fast they seem enchanted. But tonight some red-eyed Wyerton girl lies staring at the wall, 'cause the lover's gone into a white squall. was just my luck to have the watch with nothing left to do but watch the deadly waters glide as we roll north to the slough, and wonder when they'll turn again and pitch us to the rails and whirl off one more youngster in the gale. And I told those kids 1,000 times, don't take the lakes for granted. They'll go from calm to 100 knots, so fast they seem enchanted. But tonight some red-eyed Wyerton girl lies staring at the wall, 'cause her lover's gone into a white squall. Up in our part of the country, there's a lot of Ojibwe Indians, and they have a rich history of folklore and stories and legends. And one revolves around some beings called the Wendigos, who were reputed to bother the Indians a lot and not always hurt them, but sometimes. And they were also thought to live up in the trees above. And when the Indians were having troubles with the Wendigos, pestering them, they would ask their friends, the thunder gods, to come and help out. And they thought that when there was a thunderstorm going on over Lake Superior, that was a fight going on between the Wendigos and the thunder gods. I live way up in the north, they say, where a hunter may die all alone. Red man is told of a legend so old of a death, and its sound is a moan. I fly where the forest meets the sky, I race the wind as I go. My feet on fire as I run, and I cry. My name is Wendigo. Where I run, my feet leave a path. They melt in the ice and the snow.
Hunters who see look above in the trees. Windigo, Windigo. I fly where the forest meets the sky. I race the wind and I go. My feet are on fire as I run and I cry. My name is Windigo. By lakes and trees in the pale moonlight, there's a sound so awesome and low. Is it the wind or a cry in the night? Windigo, Windigo. I fly where the forest meets the sky. I race the wind as I go. My feet are on fire as I run and I cry. My name is Windigo. My name is Windigo. My name is Windigo.
Betty and I are ecological consultants, we call ourselves. We do a lot of water quality analyses out of a laboratory that we run. And we and a few other employees do ecological assessments, or environmental impact statements, they're often called. So we get to go and see both kind of good and bad parts of our environment. Once in a while, we get called on to do a private lake assessment, which usually means someone has enough money to buy a big tract of land and buy a lake and want to know how healthy their lake is, or whether it's good for fishing, or whether they can put fish in and so on. And I did one of those a couple weeks ago, and when I got there, I knew this was a special lake, because the first thing I heard was a loon. This is just about 60 miles from where we live. And I was a bit surprised, because the person who had hired me met me and was, I guess, happy to see me, but he wondered where my rotenone was. He thought that in order to have a good lake, we ought to start from scratch. And he really wanted me to kill the fish first thing, and then we'll get some good ones in there or something. He didn't know what kind he had to begin with. But just hearing a loon, and then I subsequently saw that it was not just a loon, but it was a loon with a young one, which meant that there was a nest there. And that says a lot about the healthy state of that lake. And I wrote a report. It took me a long time to write that report, to try to get across the idea to him what a special spot he had, and that if it got messed up, no matter how much money he had, he couldn't get that loon back there to nest. I wish I could have put this song in that report.
There they are, dancing on the lake, living wild and free, singing their songs for all the world to hear. It's a haunting melody, and the call of the loon comes to me like magic in the air, and the call of the loon comes to me, and the world's a better place because they're there. See them diving deep so quickly and so strong, and rising up who knows where, carrying their young upon their feathered backs, living without a care. And the call of the loon comes to me like magic in the air. And the call of the loon comes to me, and the world's a better place because they're there. So I sing
to the north, you give shelter, you are home, with your many lakes and streams. And may the loon always live in peace and harmony in your never-ending dream. And the call of the loon comes to me like magic in the air. And the call of the loon comes to me, and the world's a better place because they're there. And the call of the loon comes to me like magic in the air. And the call of the loon comes to me, and the world's a better place because they're there. And the world's a better place because they're there. And the call of the loon comes to me. One of my grandfather's sons was a river driver, and Menominee was kind of a wild town in the late 1800s when all the pine was being floated down the Menominee River there to be milled. There was about 32 active mills in Menominee at the turn of the century. It was one of the wildest places in the world, I'm sure, when all those men got out of the woods with a little bit of money, really. And they floated all those logs. In fact, where we live in Amasa, which is kind of in the central UP or interior UP, our pine was floated into the Menominee River and down to those mills. And we don't have great big rivers up in Amasa. We just have little trout streams or brooks. But even those streams, they would float the logs on. And the way they did that was to dam them up with logging dams. So we can still find up there remnants of those old dams built all by hand. And over the course of the winter, they would impound water. And over the course of the winter, they would cut the white pine, skid them down into decks along the creek. And in the springtime, when the creek melted, they would push the logs out into the creek, open the sluice gates of the dam, and the river drive was on. There were some pretty special guys that operated that river drive. The drivers themselves would jump from one log to another with long pike poles to make sure the logs were directed down the chute and out of the trouble spots, like by curves and big sharp bends in the river, so they wouldn't get jammed up into the woods. That's where our sport of burling came from, or log rolling. Those guys jumping from one log to the next. There they were doing it for their lives, really, and to save their lives. But we now see that happen all over the place in county fairs and things like that. Well, this song that we'd like to do is called the Log Driver's Waltz. And it talks about a young gal who really fancies a log driver. She thinks because he's a good waltzer, and probably it came from the fact that he was so nimble-footed on the river.
turn the parish around. What pleases her most from her head to her toes? She'll say, I'm not sure, that it's business of yours. But I love to waltz with my log driver, for he goes burning down, down WhiteWater. That's where the log driver learns to step lightly, burning down, down WhiteWater. The log driver's waltz pleases girls completely. Because of my parents, I had to give way and dance with the doctor, the merchant, and the lawyer. Their manners are fine, but their feet are like clay. None has the style of my log driver, for he goes burning down, down WhiteWater. That's where the log driver learns to step lightly, burning down, down WhiteWater. The log driver's waltz pleases girls completely. When the drive's nearly over, I love to go down and watch all the men as they work on the river. And when the drive's over, they'll all be in town, and that's when I'll waltz with my log driver, for he goes burning down, down WhiteWater. That's where the log driver learns to step lightly, burning down, down WhiteWater. The log driver's waltz pleases girls completely. Now I've had my chances with all kinds of men.
Have you?
None has the style of my man on the river. And when the drive's over and he asks me again, I know I shall marry my log driver, for he goes burning down, down WhiteWater. That's where the log driver learns to step lightly, burning down, down WhiteWater. The log driver's waltz pleases girls completely, for he goes burning down, down WhiteWater. That's where the log driver learns to step lightly, burning down, down WhiteWater. The log driver's waltz pleases girls completely.
I was born in the path of the winter's wind, raised where the mountains are old. Their springtime waters come dancing down, and I remember the tales they told. The whistling ways of my younger days too quickly have faded on by, but all of their memories linger on like the light in the fading sky. River, take me along in your sunshine. Sing me your song, ever moving, winding and free. You roll in, oh river, you change in, oh river. Let's you and me, river, run down to the sea. Now I've been to the cities and back again, and I've been moved by some things that I've learned. Met a lot of good people and I've called them friends. Felt the change when seasons turn. And I've heard all the songs that the children sing, and I've listened to love's melodies. And I felt my own music within me rise, like the wind in the autumn trees. River, take me along in your sunshine. Sing me your song, ever moving, winding and free. You rolling, old river, you changing, old river. Let's you and me, river, run down to the sea. Someday when the flowers are blooming still, someday when the grass is still green, my rolling waters will round the bend and flow into the open sea. So here's to the rainbow that's followed me here, and here's to the friends that I know. And here's to the song that's within me now. I'll sing it wherever I go. River, take me along in your sunshine. Sing me your song, ever moving. It's winding and free. You rolling, old river, you changing, old river. Let's you and me, river, run down to the sea. River, take me along in your sunshine. Sing me your song, ever moving. It's winding and free. You rolling, old river, you changing, old river. Let's you and me, river, run down to the sea. River, take me along in your sunshine. Sing me your song, ever moving. It's winding and free. You rolling, old river, you changing, old river. Let's you and me, river, run down to the sea.